Hey there, guy Doodle here, and today, wait, is that a correct sense? Anyway, I don't care. I don't care. Um, this is gonna be something different. First time reacting and watching, El Condor Pasa, the best in the world, like CM Punk. This is Young with Aji. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, man. I, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, but we have the Simpsons here from the get go. I don't know. Haven't really watched any like specific or videos focused on Condor Pasa aside from the races. Actually, I haven't really watched a lot of races of Pasa, which I think we should do. Anyway,
Evolution designed every organism for a purpose. Bees are motivated to pollinate. Humans are meant to watch Umumusume lore videos.
true. Yep,
Horses
true.
are designed to run, and condors are meant to fly. But the strongest horse, he can do both. At the end of 1992, a horse owner producer by the name of Takeshi Watanabe was browsing the Tattersall's horse auction catalog and found a mare that
Wait,
caught his attention. Watanabe
what?
could Saul's horse auction catalog and found a mare that caught his attention.
Wait. Pasa was bought from Tattersalls? I did not know that.
Watanabe could hardly contain his excitement and sent his agent, Morio Sakurai, to the UK and make the purchase on his behalf. But when Sakurai arrived, the horse was nowhere in sight.
Oh shit.
Apparently, the mare fell ill just a few days before the auction, so she never made it out of Ireland.
Yeah, that
Watanabe
does happen.
refused to give up, and he insisted, I must have this horse.
Buy it outside of
Sakurai had
Tats.
no choice but to immediately fly to Ireland and negotiate directly with the ranch.
Yeah,
However, when
you
he
can do
saw
that.
her, she was strangely lacking in appearance. Sakurai pondered, why does Watanabe-san want this horse so much? She has no racing record and her looks are unremarkable. Regardless, Sakurai made the purchase. The mare in question was Sadler's Gal.
Ugh.
She was the daughter of Sadler's Wells.
Yeah.
She was a successful racehorse and Britain's leading sire for 14 years. That basically makes him the British equivalent of Japan's Sunday Silence.
Dude, early days when people found out, I forgot which race course that quote unquote Sadler's Wells line Japanese horses don't do well. I forgot which. I don't know if it's Tokyo or Nakayama. I might be wrong, but this
Furthermore,
guy is
Wells is the
really
son
ooh.
of Northern Dancer.
Yep.
Oh, but Gal's pedigree gets even more impressive. Her maternal
Seattle Slew.
grandfather was Seattle Slew, the first undefeated American Triple Crown winner, which puts him on equal footing as Simboli Rudolph in terms of accomplishments. After finalizing all the paperwork, Sadler's Gal was shipped off to
Dude.
America to meet her stallion in 1994. Her breeding partner was King Mambo, a horse who just entered his stud career after having
King
won
Mambo.
3 G1 mile races in France. Although King Mambo did have a successful career, Watanabe was more interested in his pedigree. King Mambo's sire was Mr. Prospector, who produced numerous offspring that has won a Triple Crown race, as well as being descended from Native Dancer. But wait, there's more. King Mambo's mother was Misk, a monster mare with 10 G1 victories.
Dude, this I'm not gonna say the B word. This horse beat me so much early days when I go to freaking Europe.
It was
Holy
eventually
shit!
inducted into the
In the
American
game,
Racing Hall of
in the
Fame
game.
in 1999. So, both King Mambo and Sadler's Gal have impressive pedigrees. That should be an amazing combination, right? Not quite. Watanabe received a lot of backlash and criticism for this pairing. Some officials went as far as to say, "Are you crazy? No professional would attempt such a combination." Watanabe scoffed. Good thing I'm just an amateur.
Dude, I thought okay, never mind. I thought that he bought the horse while pregnant.
The point of concern for Watanabe's horse recipe comes down to this. Both Northern Dancer, grandson of Native Dancer, and Special, a mare born from Forley
Yeah, but that's line breeding, dude. Like that's fine.
and Thong, were present on the pedigree of King Mambo and Sadler's Gal. Simply put, the level of inbreeding within these horses were uncomfortably high. Excessive inbreeding can lead to temperamental problems, weak constitutions, and other health or physical deformities. Obviously, Watanabe did not care.
Why is this random?
It was his dream to own a European G1 winning horse because
Yep.
of the prestige associated with it. He proceeded as planned, and on March 17, 1995, El Condor Pasa was born. The name El Condor Pasa is derived from the Peruvian folk song with the same name, which
Bro.
translates to the Condor Passes in English.
Can we just say that he was so far ahead of the game?
Since the latter half of King Mambo's name is of Latin descent, Watanabe was reminded of his Peruvian senpai from his university days. Watanabe respected this person so much that he named his horse in honor of his senpai's culture. Interestingly, this is the second time he's named the horse as El Condor Pasa.
Wait, really?
The first El
Damn.
Condor Pasa was born in 1989, but he suffered a serious injury and was euthanized before his debut.
Oh shit.
While we're on the topic of names, in the game, El Condor Pasa's hawk, Mambo, is named after King Mambo. In
That does make sense.
1996, Condor Pasa 2.0 was moved to Japan and stayed at the Kimona
2.0.
Ranch until he was 2 years old. Afterwards, they transported him to Ninomiya's stable at the Miho Training Center in August of 1997. When the trainer, Yoshitaka Ninomiya, first laid eyes on El Condor Pasa, his impression was left wanting. He felt the horse was just normal and even a little chunky looking. However,
Chunky
once
looking.
training began, Ninomiya quickly realized how wholeheartedly wrong he was. In an interview, Ninomiya recalls, "At that time, I have trained horses for over 8 years, and there has never been a horse whose
Oh, he's
training went
newer
so
then.
smoothly.
He's a bit newer.
It was like butter. From when we started breaking him in and up to his debut, there was never a problem. He had no illness or injuries, and his temper
Very
was
professional
always
too.
calm, except when we needed to fit him with horseshoes." Since El Condor Pasa showed no signs of muscle fatigue or weakness, Ninomiya trained him with minimal rest. His non-stop training is even displayed in the game during Elle's first few story chapters, when she continuously exercises with multiple trainers day after day. She only starts to relax once she gets to our training regiment, which is also similar to life. Ninomiya eventually loosened up on the training intensity towards the end of summer in preparation for Elle's debut race. El Condor Pasa's first race was held on November 8th, 1997, on a 1600-meter dirt course with Hitoshi Matoba,
Oh, it's
Raishawa
Matoba.
and Grass Wonder's jockey, on the saddle.
All right.
Fun fact,
Wait.
Hitoshi Matoba also rode Grass Wonder at the same Tokyo racecourse about 4.5 hours later.
Wait. Who was it? Was it Ebina who rode him in the Arc?
That day. That will be important to remember for later.
I might be
Ninomiya
wrong.
chose a dirt course in anticipation of the hard ground conditions due to the cold winter temperatures because El Condor Pasa was still maturing, so he did not want to put extra stress on the horse's legs. When the race began, El lagged so much that everyone escaped him immediately. He was in last place and stayed that way through the final corner.
Damn, look at him.
Watanabe lost all hope and was about to go home, but his horse suddenly exploded forward on the home stretch. In less than
that was a bait. You thought that was him lagging behind, and then it was him, dude.
200 meters, El Condor Pasa passed 8 other competitors, took the lead, and used the remaining distance to finish the race.
That's the Seattle Stew in him.
Length difference. Everyone on the team was absolutely astonished. What?
Dude, if you, I'm gonna beat this joke to the ground. If you told me this was 5 years ago, I would believe you. But at the same time, if you told me this was in the 90s, I would also believe you.
Watanabe called out. I did not think he was going to be that fast. Additionally, Matoba reported, "I think this is a very timid horse. He did not want to get near the other horses and ran farther out. I think Elle's timid nature is the reason why the game makes her constantly wear a mask. She depends on it to have
That makes sense.
so she can be the world's strongest."
Have confidence.
After the overwhelming victory, the staff
God,
decided to
holy
quit early
shit.
for the winter so El Condor can rest and continue developing. He resumed racing 2 months later on January 11th, but I think he may have enjoyed his winter holiday a bit too much.
Did you get
because
chunky?
He gained a staggering 16 kilograms of weight.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Similar to his debut, El Condor Pasa ran on another dirt course for his next race, except this one was slightly longer at 1800 meters. Just like before, he was slow leaving the gate and ran among the far back up until the halfway point. At 800 meters remaining, El increased his pace and moved up towards the front. He was already lined up with the front horses upon entering the corner and less than 1 length behind the lead after exiting. L passed the lead just a few
Dude,
moments after hitting the home stretch and
dude,
crossed
what
the
the
goal with a
fuck?
9-length lead. 1 month later, El Condor Pasa's next race was the Kyoto News High. This
Oh,
race was supposed to be L's first turf and graded race, but the course was changed to dirt at the last minute due to snowfall,
what?
which invalidated the grade 3 ranking as well.
Damn.
L's start was a little better than his previous 2 races, but he was still positioned in the back half during the early race. He increased his pace to move up towards the front as
Is that why
everyone approached
she
the
can
final
also
corner,
do
but his
late
poor positioning forced him to the outside. However,
in the
we
game?
know by now that El
Dude,
Condor
that is
Pasa's true
so.
strength lies on the home stretch. His acceleration increased as he plowed through the heavy mud towards the finish. Only one other competitor could keep up with him, but his
So I would
opposition
assume.
did not last long. L seized the victory by
I would assume he was he better in like long final stretches, right?
2 lengths. Afterwards, Ninomiya approached Hitoshi Matoba and asked, "Who will you ride, El Condor Pasa or Grass Wonder?" During these last few months, Grass Wonder was on break, so Matoba was free to ride another horse. But
Hmm.
Grass just resumed training, and his team was looking to get their primary jockey back. Ultimately, he chose Grass Wonder. Ninomiya found a replacement jockey, but Grass Wonder broke his right hind leg on March 15th,
Oh
so his
fuck.
trainer told Matoba to go ride El Condor Pasa instead. News of Grass's injury
Hmm.
spread like wildfire, and the replacement jockey assumed Matoba would return to his position as L's jockey. The new jockey gave up the saddle, and with no designated rider, Ninomiya was forced to use Matobo once again. At the end of
Ooh,
April,
that's
while most
awkward.
Japanese horses were preparing for the first round of the Classic Triple Crown, El
She
Condor
couldn't.
Pasa entered the New Zealand Trophy. Contrary to what the anime and game wants us to believe, L was not allowed to run in the classics on account of being a foreign-born horse. I see you, Psy Games. You can't fool me. The only G1 racing route available to foreigners at this time was the NHK Mile Cup, and the New Zealand Trophy was its trial race. L's aptitude for turf tracks will be tested at this course. He started from the back and moved up during the middle leg, but he could not break out of the pack in time for the final corner, so he veered to
Oh.
the far outside to get around the course
Oh,
to
he needed to
reinforce his
swing
lead.
wide.
There were 18 racers present, and about 10 of them were ahead of El Condor Pasa when everyone entered
Oh
the
my
final
god.
straight. That's
She
okay
does it
though,
again.
because L did what a condor does best. He flies. He flapped those magical horse wings as hard as he could, flew past every horse in just 200 meters, and won the race with another 2-length lead.
Dude, I am so terrified of these guys. By these guys, I mean this shit, this crop. Because you gotta. There's 5 of them. There's nowhere to hide. Like usually when you play winning post, right, and there's an obscenely. Why are they barking? Anyway, if there's like an obscenely strong horse, and you know your homebred can't compete, just look for races that they're not gonna be in. But you have Pasa, you have Special Week, you have Grass, you have Halo, you have Saiyan Sky. So like whether it's like middle distance or sprints or miles or even like long, there's nowhere to hide. I don't even know if I'm gonna have like a good homebred to beat those guys.
3 weeks later, the NHK Mile Cup took place on May 17th, and El Condor Pasa finally achieved a good start leaving the gate. It seems like L is starting to conquer his timid nature and weariness around the other competitors because he positioned himself in the middle with horses surrounding him in every direction. Undisturbed by their presence, L continued running and increased his pace as he approached the final corner. 4 horses, including L, were lined up as they entered the home stretch, about 1 length behind the lead
Ooh,
horse.
strong.
200 meters remain as L dueled
Ooh.
against 2 other horses for first, but their battle was brief. Seconds later, El Condor Pasa broke away and crossed the finish line by 2 lengths yet again. This victory marks his 5th consecutive win and the first G1 victory for himself and the trainer, Ninomiya. After their victory at the NHK Mile, the team rested El Condor Pasa during the summer to give his body more time to mature. Training resumed in August to prepare for their next goal. Normally, you would expect it to be the Mile Championship, but Takashi Watanabe had more ambitious plans. As mentioned in the beginning of the video, Watanabe always dreamed of winning a G1 race in Europe, but you can't suddenly throw a miler into a medium distance race.
Ooh.
The conflicted owner consulted his trainer. He has proven his strength in the mile, but medium distances are unknown. I am worried it will be too much of a burden on the horse. What do you think, Ninomiya-san? The trainer confidently answered. It does not matter which way he goes.
Damn.
Trials, Japan Cup. He will win no matter what you choose. Without a moment of hesitation, Watanabe registered El Condor Pasa for the Japan Cup. In late summer, Grass Wonder's
Wait,
injuries
what?
healed, and Matoba was forced to choose which horse
What
to
is there
ride once
Ranma,
again.
new Ranma there?
In terms of condition, he knew El Condor Pasa was the superior
This is new
horse,
Ranma, right?
but there was no doubt about Grass Wonder's ability prior to his injury. After taking 3 whole weeks to decide, Hitoshi Matoba chose Grass Wonder. Watanabe and Ninomiya acted swiftly to find another jockey, but failed at their first 2 attempts. Yutaka Take, who was on a 5-win streak with Silent Suzuka at the time, was one of their rejectors. Eventually, they secured Masayoshi Ebina as their new jockey, who briefly rode another one of Watanabe's horses. El Condor Pasa's training arc ended on October 11th when he returned to the Tokyo racecourse to compete in the Mainichi Okan. Among his 8 other competitors, 2 stood above the rest, Silent Suzuka and Grass Wonder. These 3 hardened horses were defending their respective win streaks in this race, but only one can remain undefeated. When the gates flung open, Silent Suzuka led the pack, El Condor Pasa chased, and Grass Wonder held the rear. El stayed within 2 lengths of Suzuka at first, but he slightly fell back at the middle section of the race, which allowed Grass Wonder to line up with him in the final corner. There were over 4 lengths of distance between himself and Suzuka once El hit the home stretch. Just as he started closing the gap, the race was over, and El Condor Pasa finished in 2nd place, 2.5 lengths behind Suzuka. El and his team experienced the taste of bitter defeat for the first time. After the race, Ebina remarked, "It was a complete defeat, but our time was fast, and he is just a 3-year-old horse. It was a good race." Even Yutaka Take praised El Condor Pasa. Silence could not run like that when he was 3. The 2nd place horse is strong.
Yeah.
The team's goal of facing off against the world's elite in the Japan Cup finally arrived at the end of November. As the gates opened, El Condor Pasa rushed to the front, but was quickly overtaken by another horse. After rounding the first corner, El was positioned in 3rd, with Stay Gold, Special Week, and Air Groove close on his tail.
That's
All
my goat,
4
Stay
held
Gold.
their position through the middle leg and lined up with one another at the
Maybe
final
we go
corner.
Stay Gold.
El was closest to the inner rail, so his advantageous position allowed him to hit the home stretch first.
Dude, look how small he is.
El Condor Pasa, Air Groove, and Special Week all immediately passed the lead horse and escaped the pack. The race became a 3-way battle between monsters. In the last 200 meters of the race, El Condor Pasa spread his wings, widened his lead, and finished in first, 2.5 lengths in front of Air Groove. With this victory, he solidified his standing as the strongest horse in Japan. But horse racing fans needed more. They wanted to see him run in the Arimakinen. Watanabe declined. He declared, "The Arimakinen is the best-selling race in Japan. But from a global perspective, the Japan Cup is the best race. I already won there, so I don't need to overdo it." At the end of the year, one horse needed to be selected for the best 3-year-old stallion award.
Can't argue.
Interestingly, the Double Crown winner of that year, Seiyun Sky, was not the recipient. Instead, the award went to El Condor Pasa, which is the only time in Japanese history where the Double Crown winner did not receive the award. On January 25th, 1999, ceremony was held for El Condor Pasa to receive.
I was gonna say what about Gold Chip, but then I forgot about who won. Never mind.
The award. Watanabe publicly announced their plans to conquer Europe after the ceremony.
Oh no.
Afterwards, El returned to the Miho Training Center and awaited his April 15th departure. When they arrived in France the day after, the team set up base camp at Tony Kraut's stable within the Chantilly Training Center, which was the same stable Taiki Shuttle stayed at during his European expedition. It's reported that El strenuously struggled on the unfamiliar turf at the start of training. Europe's tall grass was so difficult for him that even a light jog of 1 furlong per 15 seconds exhausted him. On rainy days, the loose ground completely fumbled his running form. Poor guy looked like a fish out of water. As more time passed, El's running technique adjusted.
Dude, I like the guy's drip. That's insane.
To the new environment, and his body changed as a result. His big, bulky body changed to that of a long and slender horse. On May 23rd, El Condor Pasa entered his first G1 race in Europe, the Prix d'Ispahan. El leaped out of the starting gate and claimed his position within the middle group. He increased his pace at the halfway point and pushed towards the front. Every racer was tightly grouped together, entering and leaving the final corner. As El ran down the home stretch, he briefly took the lead position, but was
Oh,
overtaken in the last few remaining meters and finished in second
yo, that's that's like a, ooh, that's a preview.
place.
That's a preview right there.
El's next race was the G1 2400-meter Grand
Free
Prix
to
de
St.
Saint
Cloud.
Cloud. Everyone on the team was nervous because not only was this a longer track, but their horse would also be up against Europe's finest, such as Dreamwell, the previous year's winner for the French and Irish Derby, Saga Mix, who was last year's Arc winner, and Tiger Hill, Germany's representative horse of the year. But El Condor Pasa would not be intimidated by these horses. How can you call yourself the strongest if you're scared of a little competition?
That's
When the
not a
race
little
began,
though.
it was business as usual. El raced within the middle, slightly towards the front. Everyone kept pace behind the lead horse, who was roughly 5 lengths ahead. By the time everyone exited the final corner, the lead's advantage shrunk. There was less than a 2 length gap between first and second. El Condor Pasa, who was in fourth at the beginning of the home stretch, accelerated, passed two horses, and lined up with the lead at 300 meters
Yo,
remaining. El continued flying down the straight until his opponent was no
it's
longer
when
by
he's
his side.
focused that he just
With a difference
explodes,
of
right?
2.5 lengths, El Condor Pasa won his first European G1 race.
Damn.
Everyone on Team El Condor Pasa was overjoyed, with some members even shedding tears. Abina confessed, "I was worried we would lose against such strong opponents. I should have trusted my horse more." Ninomiya added, "If we lost here, there would be no point in continuing.
Yeah, I would
How
have
is your
gone
opinion
home.
we can stay until the end?" Unfortunately, everything comes at a cost. Two external injuries were discovered on El Condor's right hind leg after the race. To make matters worse, bacteria entered the wound and he developed a mild infection underneath the skin. El Condor Pasa was forced to refrain from training for a full month.
Oh,
Luckily, when training resumed in early August, there was still 1 month to spare before his next race at the G2 Prix Foy. In the days leading up to the race, several competitors canceled their registration because the turf conditions were not ideal to their taste.
pretty fully.
Only 3 racers remained, including El Condor Pasa. The other two horses were Croco Rouge and Borgia, both of whom El has already beaten. With so little participants, El Condor Pasa acted as the lead horse and set the pace.
Oh,
The other two horses tightly chased after him in every stage of the race. Only after leaving the final corner did things start to change. Borgia hugged the inside rail and came out
smart,
of the corner less than 1 length before El.
smart.
Both horses gave it their all while running down the final straight. In the last 150
Ooh,
meters, El gained a
fought
slight
hard,
lead and
fought
crossed the goal
hard.
with the difference of a head's length. News of El Condor Pasa's victory spread all over Europe and even crossed the seas to Japan as many fans were watching the race on Japan's public broadcasting network. El Condor's popularity among the training center exploded. Everyone supported him and even gave him priority access to use the best courses at their facilities for his
Ooh, that's
preparations in
nice.
the Arc.
Really nice.
3 weeks later, on October 3rd, El
Ooh,
Condor Pasa entered the most prestigious G1 race in Europe, the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, as the second most favorite horse. This was the first time a Japanese horse had such a high popularity ranking in the Arc. That day, the grass was drenched from the previous night's rainfall that
yeah,
persisted
yeah.
into early
Of course
morning.
it.
In
Yeah,
fact,
of
the
course.
ground was so
Every
wet
time.
that the turf hardness was the
Oh my
strongest
god!
it
What
had
the
ever
hell?
been since
What
1972.
anime is that?
Massive holes littered the course. Regardless, all 14 competitors entered their gates.
Dude, only
As
14.
soon as the gates opened, El Condor Pasa burst forward like a bat out of hell and
Damn.
immediately claimed the front position. One horse tried to contest the lead, but he could not surpass El, so he retreated to his rear. El maintained the lead through every corner and every straight up until everyone got on the home stretch. He had a 2 length lead with 400 meters remaining,
And then
but
Manju just yoinked
Monju
it.
was gaining on him. 200 meters, 1 length lead. 100 meters, both
Ooh,
horses are lined up.
just
50 meters, Montju overtakes L and finishes the race with a difference of half a length.
Yeah, that sucks,
Even
man.
though he did not win, El Condor Pasa received tremendous applause. After the race, Ebina expressed his aggravations. Losing is losing, so the result is
Yeah.
frustrating. But I have no regrets. We ran with strength. Even Montju's trainer commented, Montju's specialty are heavy tracks. If it was sunny with a hard track, we would not have been able to compete. Ninomiya stated the horse tried his best, and everyone involved gave their all. Second place is a good result. I am grateful for it. Watanabe added, it was a nice try. He did a good job. Now, he can rest. Watanabe announced L's racing retirement shortly after.
Damn.
El Condor Pasa's European expedition was over, and the team returned to Japan on
What?
October 11th. Many
Oh, it's
fans
Gold
had
Ship.
requests for L to
Oh,
run
it's
in the
season
Japan
3.
Cup and the Anime Kinen before his retirement, but Watanabe firmly refused. As an owner, it is my responsibility to see this horse enter the ranch with energy to spare.
That is the
On the
owner that you
28th of
want to
October,
be.
1999, during the Japan Cup's lunch break, a retirement
Oh,
ceremony was held for El
I
Condor
didn't know
Pasa.
about this.
He
What?
wore the same number cloth as the one he used in the Arc and
Oh,
showed off his last run with Masayoshi Ebina on the saddle. His final career record stands at 8 wins out of 11 races. 2 of his victories were in Europe, with one of them being a G1.
my
Watanabe
nose is getting
finally
stuffy
achieved
again.
his
I wonder
dream
why.
of owning a European G1 winning horse. Just a few months after retirement, in January of 2000, El Condor Pasa received 1999's Best 4-Year-Old Stallion Award and the
Damn.
JRA Horse of the Year Award, which sparked considerable controversy.
Yeah, because
Horse
he
racing
did
fans
race.
and
Yeah.
critics were upset because El Condor Pasa did not race in Japan
Yeah.
a single time in
Yeah.
1999. He was in Europe.
It's the same way.
They
It's the same way
argued,
with Forever Young
"There
in
are
America
strong
too.
horses right here in Japan. They ran hard right in front of our eyes. If it's going to be like this, you might as well give the award to Montju." So, how did this happen? Well, the 3 nominees were Special Week, El Condor Pasa, and Grass Wonder, in
Ooh.
that order, for receiving the most votes. However, at the time, the rules state that the winner must hold the majority vote. Since no
Yeah.
nominee had the majority, a selection committee of 11 people was used to determine the winner. The committee immediately eliminated Grass Wonder as one of the candidates. Then, a runoff election between El Condor Pasa and Special Week took place. L won 7-4. Afterwards, the committee unanimously chose El Condor Pasa as their representative for the JRA's Horse of the Year. They proclaimed his presence on the world stage cannot be ignored.
Yeah,
and the
that's
proper
true though.
respects need to be paid. Immediately after his retirement, El Condor Pasa was sent to Shaddai Stallion Station to
Of
begin
course.
his stud career.
It sucks
When
that.
El first arrived,
Yeah.
the manager of Shaddai Stallion Station was baffled by his appearance. This horse is so timid. It does not fit the personality of a first-class racehorse. I can't tell if he's a speed type, stamina type, whether he's good on turf or dirt, or which parent he takes after. He has no distinguishing features. After hearing this, sports writer Masatoshi Goto reported, his lack of features is the biggest feature of El Condor Pasa. He is so
True.
well-rounded that nothing stands out. This may be the ultimate form of thoroughbred.
Oh
Despite
shit.
his
The
looks,
mask is
L's racing performance and pedigree
By the way, she's so pretty without the mask. Right.
speaks for itself. He was extremely successful as a stallion. In his first year, L was partnered with 137 mares. He exceeded everyone's
That's a lot.
expectations, so much that many people believed he would replace Sunday Silence as the new leading sire.
No.
Unfortunately,
Oh
that will
no.
never come to fruition.
E.
3 years into his life as a stud, on the evening of July 13th, 2002, El Condor Pasa showed signs of colic and was immediately rushed to the hospital. Upon examination, veterinarians discovered his intestines were twisted and surgery was performed the next morning. Although the surgery itself was successful, L's condition was not. El
Yeah.
Condor Pasa tragically died at 9:10 p.m. on July 16th,
That sucks, man.
2002, at the age of 7. Not even the strongest horse could escape the clutches of death. In his short 3 years as a stud, El Condor Pasa sired 339 foals, with over 200 winning races. Of his offspring, the three who stand out the most are Vermilion, the first horse in history to win a G1 at 5 different racecourses in Japan,
Oh, damn.
Song of Wind, who won the 2006 Kikosho, and Alondite, who won the Champions Cup during his first appearance in a graded race. Furthermore, El Condor Pasa opened the door to the future for all horses, not just his descendants. El is widely regarded as the horse that popularized Japan's entry into the Arc. There
Yeah.
have been many
Yeah.
Japanese horses competing in Europe,
That's true.
such as Seeking the Pearl and Taiki Shuttle, but up until El Condor Pasa, none have found success in the medium distance, which is considered as the cornerstone of European horse racing. Owners and trainers no longer associated it with humiliation and saw it as an opportunity to prove themselves. His performance in Europe encouraged horses like Nakayama Festa or Fevre and Deep Impact to participate in the Arc. Fun fact, when Nakayama Festa ran in the Arc in the fall of 2011, Masayoshi Ebina was his jockey, and
Yeah.
the trainer was Yoshitaka Ninomiya. They stayed at the same Tony Kraut stable as El Condor Pasa did, and were referred to as Team El Condor. Adding on to his list of accomplishments, El Condor Pasa was the highest ranked Japanese trained horse in the world's best racehorse ranking.
And then
with a
Equinox
rating
tied
of
him, right?
134 pounds in the long distance category. His rating was not beaten until 24 years later by Equinox, who achieved only 1 pound higher.
Wait, I
El
thought they were
Condor
tied.
Pasa was born to run, but in life, he soared. His legacy will live on through his descendants, and Uma Musume fans are able to experience a glimpse of his greatness. May he be as free as a bird in the afterlife. The flight of the condor never ends, and neither will his legacy.
That's a good video. That's a damn good video. Nice pacing. Very, very good. I wasn't talking as much because I was muting myself because there's a lot of screaming and meowing. So I'm terribly sorry. I think what I got from this the most is he's European bred. I think that's one of the main factors why he did so well in France. Again, he's a 1 in a million. That's for sure. And again, one of the most for me, very, at least for me, I'm probably in the minority here, but like that drip is really good. She's like, I know she's like this funny, mischievous, like, especially in the franchise, right? Like the plentiful memes of Grass wanting to kill her all the time. But she's very pretty. Like without the mask, she's pretty. I know that's a meme. Whatever. She's and sexy at the same time. I think, hey, whatever. Cancel me. I don't care. Like, have you seen the art? The card of hers that's going to the thumbnail of this video. She looks really hot there. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Plus, her I said this before. Her voice actress is one of the best singers in the franchise, bar none, in my opinion. One of the best. Anyway, that was El Condor Pasa, the best in the world, like CM Punk, by Yangwithagi or Yangwithagi. I don't know. Again, link of the original video on down in the description. Thank you so much, guys, on the Discord for recommending this. I'll see you in the next one.